Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel right now. In about 30-40 seconds, you will hear the future director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation explain why this is all happening. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch this channel, I told you Trump would go 2 terms. Democrats would completely politically implode and basically become a powerless political party, which is what's taking place right now before our very eyes. I told you that Trump would get Supreme Court victories on immunity, overturn the Colorado ban, and I told you on this channel that the absurd Russia investigation was predicated upon the Steele dossier and other nonsensical, deceitful hoaxes espoused, perpetuated, glorified by the wonderful, highly educated, morally superior liberal Democrats. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I'll have a live stream this evening. I want to show you this, and then we're going to talk about some other efforts by Doge, $1 billion in savings, that will result also in people getting their employment terminated. Hit subscribe right now. Let's listen to this for a second.
President Trump's made clear in public statements he wants to use the FBI to persecute political adversaries. He's publicly said that folks ranging from Liz Cheney to Adam Kinzinger to former Vice President Harris should be investigated and criminally prosecuted. If President Trump were to order you to open an investigation into any of these individuals, let's say Vice President Harris, would you?
Senator, this question speaks directly to my ability to leave political bias and allow independent behavior to be the only guiding light. As a public defender, I learned that in the harshest of arenas. And any law enforcement investigation, if I'm confirmed at the FBI, will only be launched on the following qualification: a factual, articulable, legal basis to do so. The president has said publicly that he will allow the FBI to remain independent, and I have said as much as well.
So if FBI agents brought to you a factual, legal basis, predication, and you are about to refer it to a prosecutor, and you get a call from the White House saying, don't proceed. This is a major donor. This is someone close to the president. This is inappropriate. What would you do?
Simple. I think you answered it partially in your question. The line agents, the brick agents who are trained to bring investigations on behalf of the FBI will make that decision-making process, and they will only have my full support so long as it upholds absolutely every value of the Constitution. And that's it.
So your predecessor, I went back and looked, and I asked the same questions of Director Comey and Director Wray. Director Wray, quoting former Attorney General Bell, said, "You should be willing to resign if necessary over conduct if you're pressed to engage in it that's unethical, illegal, or unconstitutional. If pressed by the president, would you resign?"
Senator, my answer is simply, I would never do anything unconstitutional or unlawful, and I never have in my 16 years of government service.
Would you be willing to resign the post of FBI director if pressed and given no choice but to obey the order or resign?
Senator, I will always obey the law.
Does obeying the law require you to, as Attorney General Bell said, as FBI Director Wray said, refuse the order or resign?
Get better than market returns.
I'm not familiar with the extent of the law that you're referring to, but my answer is simple in my 16 years of government service. We will simply follow the law. And I've done that in Obama Justice Department, in Republican Justice Departments, in the Obama military, in Republican civilian capacity. I have never once wavered from my constitutional oath of office.
Mr. Patel, your predecessors in this role have been clear that they would be willing to resign if forced or directed to do something unethical or illegal. I'll proceed. One of your past statements that's concerned me, it's both a
Did Merrick Garland at the Department of Justice, did Eric Holder at the Department of Justice, both of whom were held in contempt of Congress for withholding documents from Congress to protect their respective Democratic Party presidents, did the former directors of the Federal Bureau of Investigation resign when Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton had secret private servers that somehow, some way, acquired top secret and special access program intelligence on them. There were classified data on servers that allegedly nobody knew about. We still don't know how classified data found its way onto secret servers run by Democrats. We have no clue. Yet nobody resigned. Then we had a Steele dossier utilized, literally purchased by Clinton and the DNC, so much so they paid Federal Election Commission fines for doing so. They literally paid an FEC fine for utilizing likely Bernie Sanders supporter money to purchase a dossier to start an absurd, completely fabricated, new McCarthy-era Red Scare that painted Democrats as these JFK Cold Warriors and Trump as a potential operative of the Kremlin. This was, of course, complete conspiratorial nonsense. And after 2 years or so of the Mueller probe, we found out that nothing was there. And they tried to ruin Trump, accuse him of things he didn't do. They went after him in Mar-a-Lago. They raided a former president's home. I don't believe the prior director resigned from doing so. And so they tried to imprison Trump based on very broad, ambiguous legal theories that were contorted and twisted to try to accuse Trump of a speech that led to a rebellion. And then, of course, the Supreme Court said, no, he's allowed to perform a speech. An official act is protected. Anyone who tells you that he can then take the life of an adversary is a complete and utter fool. But this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, because the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence, those agencies, a lot of agencies sided directly with the Democratic Party in such an overt manner. And the entire country knows that the government was leveled against Donald Trump and everyone around Trump. The politicization of our government was leveled against Trump. The political alliances and loyalties of people currently or, employed before Trump aligned directly with the Democratic Party. This is not rocket science. And now they're getting fired. And I'll do another on Doge a little later on. We might talk about it tonight in the live stream. Hit subscribe if you're new to this channel. I'll try to do more uploads. I've been focused solely on live streams. But let's continue. This is a new sea change in paradigm shift in American politics.
A post on Truth Social and something you said in a podcast, the Sean Morgan report, that your predecessor, Chris Wray, has broken the law. We need to prosecute him. The FBI should go after people like him. And the month before this, in July 2023, you said there should be a criminal referral for FBI Director Wray. If confirmed, are you going to follow through on these previous statements that Director Wray needs to be prosecuted?
Senator, this reminds me of the conversation you and I had, which I greatly appreciated. There is enough violent crime in this country and enough national security threats to this country that the FBI is going to be busy going forward preventing 100,000 overdoses, 100,000 rapes, and 17,000 homicides.
We agree that prosecuting violent crime should be the principal focus of the FBI. What I'm trying to get to, Mr. Patel, is a whole series of very troubling, to me and many other statements you've made about instead using it to pursue those who might be viewed as political opponents.
And as I told you in your office, I have no interest, no desire, and will not, if confirmed, go backwards. There will be no politicization at the FBI. There will be no retributive actions taken by any FBI should I be confirmed as the FBI director. I told you that in your office, and I'll tell you that again today.
Thank you for that statement. As the co-chair of the Law Enforcement Caucus with Senator Cornyn,
and when Kash Patel indicts officials who broke the law going after Trump, Democrats will say this is retribution, and Director Patel will simply say, this is the law. There's no retribution here. If you broke the law going after President Trump, I don't think that Kash Patel is going to go after Chris Wray. I don't think that he's going to go after Director Wray, even though the Mar-a-Lago raid was, likely very illegal. Equal justice under the law. We don't see Democratic Party or the never Trump Republican Party have their places, their residence, descended upon by government agencies, even though they have secret servers. I mean, even the Bush administration had servers also that nobody knew of. But anyway, he's not going to go after former directors. He will see if agents in every department, if government officials in every government agency, if they broke the law going after Trump, almost certainly they'll be indicted, prosecuted, and possibly imprisoned if they're convicted. Hit subscribe to this channel. I'll see you tonight for the live stream. Thank you.